Hey there. Start here, back again against the Robo Doggo. So I'm going to do just a not a first turn clear team, but again another no mods level 99 clear, just to show you sort of a clear team that's a little more, definitely definitely more budget than my first turn kill team, and also just to show you a little bit about what the boss does for the first few turns, so you know what to expect going in. So again, no mods, not going to bother with it. Here's the team that I took in, and this team comfortably gets me a kill by turn 5, turn 6 at the latest. Obviously, if you have stronger units or better gear than what I'm going to show you, I went fairly budget on the team and gear here, and we're comfortably killing this thing by turn 5. So yeah, just so you know, this one isn't particularly difficult to survive and clear without the bonus mods. So real quick, I'll just show you what the gear is here. So Sylvie is our evade provoke unit, so she is full provoke and full evade in both forms. This is pretty important. You definitely want an evade provoke unit because the boss does a lot of single target physical attacks, but none of the physical attacks that this boss does have accuracy. So you can either build your, you could do a couple of things actually. You could build your team so that everybody has 50% evasion, and then use 50% accuracy reduction, like what Kaito does, or like what Sky does on her brave shifted LB. And then you would never have to worry about the physical attacks, or build a provoke unit that's 100% physical evade, and then just use Mirage for the AoEs. It doesn't do that much AoE physical. And then you definitely want a magic tank for the magic attacks for this one, or a strong Omni tank. I think Esther could probably do it, but in this clear, I'm just going to use a budget magic tank. But that's really all that she needs. Just needs to be full provoke, full evasion. I'm not even using my EX3 Sylvie, just to show you that you don't need an EX3 Sylvie to get this one done. That's all she really needs. All right, Esther is here. Just some fairly basic gear. I only used one piece of Clash of Wills gear on her, the Magister's Ring for the Chain Cat boost. That's all I'm doing. And then just make sure she's loaded up on her killers. She's got her own card. If you don't have EX3 Esther, just use best card that you have. All right. So she's got full-on beast killers, demon, and machine. You see, I've got the extra nodes on my Ifrit Esper unlocked, but I didn't go all the way up to 350 as I could. And yeah, she is ready to go, full on everything. Okay, we're not going to use her brave shift form, not this time. I probably will do a clear with her as like an Omni tank, because I think she could probably tank it in a no mods clear easy enough. But for this one, she's just strictly damage, and of course we're using her limit burst to get rid of the boss's field. All right. Kresnik really doesn't need much. He doesn't need much of anything either. He just needs his TMR or his STMR so that he gets his triple cast in his normal form. He's really just here as a morale battery. He's old school, the old school morale battery. That's all he's doing, because the boss does hit you with a pretty big morale slap at the beginning of the battle. And so he is here to sort of recover a lot of that morale for us. Obviously, if you have somebody like Abigail or Melissa, they're much better slots in here for morale building in general, but I'm trying to go a bit budget on this one. Okay, but otherwise his gear is inconsequential. All right, Beatrix, again, went fairly budget on the gear here. Nothing too fancy. You just want to bulk her up as much as you can. Give her as much spirit, because all the magic is non-elemental. So, and she doesn't have to worry about any kind of elemental resists, because all of the elemental damage is physical damage with no accuracy. So it's like, why even bother? Like the elemental imperils don't even matter. It's very, very silly. But she does need to be pretty bulky on the spirit side for the magic attacks. So you see, I even put all this elemental resist gear on her, and it's all totally useless. Honestly, I'm just going to bulk her up with more HP, because that's all she really needs. I'm going to take all this off. She doesn't need any of this crap. There we go. Just give me HP. That's all I want. Give me HP. Don't need any elemental resists. Okay. Boom. Lots of HP. She's got Kresnik's card. You know, I figure that's a budget option there. Okay. Nothing too fancy. She'll be fine. Chizuru in a normal form, definitely build her for some damage because we're going to want to do a little bit of chip damage, you know, at the start, just to make it a little bit easier to get this thing cleared out in a reasonable fashion. Just one piece of Clash gear there, but even that's not necessary. You know, you could take that out easy enough. In fact, maybe I'll just go ahead and throw in something else like orange Jackasate, you know, just to say, hey, you don't really need it. And then just, yeah, some killers. Put Priest Vengeance on there just because for the AoE physicals, that'll do a little bit of morale fill. You could put that on really all your units for the AoE physicals, and then they'll generate a little bit more morale for you. This one is a little bit more... It's not really like a morale battle or anything like that, but this one does definitely hit you with a lot more morale. Obviously, if your Chizuru is not EX3, she needs a piece of Magister's gear or Indestructible Light for the Chain Cat boost. Okay. But Chizuru is fairly swappable here with a stronger unit, although Chizuru does provide our Beast Killer for the party, so she's pretty valuable for that. In her Brave Shift form, again, I'll swap that out just so to prove that we don't need it. In her Brave Shift form, definitely full on damage with killers, LB damage, all that jazz. See, I'm using her own card, so I'm not going crazy on like vision cards. She's not even capped on all killers. 300 Beast, which she hits pretty much innately, and then 225 Demon, 275 Machine. All right, and that'll be enough. All right, Kaito in his normal form, he's not really going to be hanging out in his normal form at all. He'll be hanging out mostly in his Brave Shift form. But as you can see, you know, his stats are pretty abysmal. He's not really here for damage. He's more as a support, but he does gear fairly easily for the killers on this one, with the exception of Beast. You do have to help him out quite a bit on the Beast killers, but other than that, he hits everything pretty easily. I do have Lone Swordsman card on there, mostly just for that 100% Beast killer, but it's not really necessary. Like I said, he's not doing any kind of consequential damage in this fight. All right, so this is the team that we're taking in, and let's get this one done. Okay, so the boss starts by putting up the field effect. You don't really see the field effect, so do be careful with that, because he does put it up periodically throughout the battle. So always be on the lookout for, I think it's called like antivirus software or something like that, and you'll see up in the top left corner where it says boost defense and spirit. So always keep your eyes open for that. He does it preemptively, and then he'll also do it again, I think on turn 3, again I think on like turn 5, and then like every 2 or 3 turns after that. So just be aware of that, because it's a 50% stat buff to himself, which stacks onto any kind of active buffs the boss might have up. All right, Kaito will just go ahead and start with, we'll start with Crashing Waves, Deep Submersion, Destabilizing Form, just for some morale fill and some breaks. Kresnik will do Arcane Stimulant, go ahead and get the morale flowing, because as you can see, we've got a pretty big hole to dig ourselves out of here, morale-wise. All right, Sylvie is going to do Burgeoning Defense, Elemental Vines, Elemental Petals. Okay, Chizuru will do Strong Samurai Spirit, Staunch Samurai Spirit, and Focused Strength. We don't need to worry about getting rid of the Imperils because, like I said, all the elemental damage is physical damage with no accuracy, single target. Sylvie's going to take all of the elemental hits because she's our evade provoke unit, so don't have to worry about getting rid of the Imperils either. It's basically, it's stupid. It's basically a, you can basically ignore it. We'll just say that. All right, Beatrix is just going to do cover and Saintly Protection. All right, Esther does True Storm Brand, Energizing Bunny, and Calm Before the Storm. Okay, so there you see Beatrix tanking it like a champ, no problem. All right, Kresnik's just going to do another arcane stimulant. That's literally all he's here for. Okay, so on that turn, the boss just did some single target physicals, which which Sylvie evaded, and then a few AOE magic attacks. Beatrix tanked it like a champ. He has not done the accuracy debuff yet, so we don't have to worry about that currently. So Sylvie on this turn is just going to do Bolt, Egg, Basket, and we'll do some more Elemental Vines and Elemental Petals, again, just for some morale fill. Okay, Kaito's going to do his LB, Esther does her LB, Chizuru will do Beast Pulverizer for the Beast Killer for everyone. Beatrix can just guard on this turn. Okay, so you can see Kaito's Crashing Waves dispelled the boss's defense and spirit buffs, which is nice. They are dispellable. Okay, so Esther will go first to remove the field. And then, so we'll do Esther, Kaito, Chizuru. Okay, and that should work just fine. Okay, and this is just to do some chip damage. We're not going to do a whole lot. Like, I'm expecting maybe, you know, somewhere between 15 and 20% off the boss's health here. All right, so nothing too crazy. All right, did pretty well there. All right, nice little chunk of chip damage. Yeah, and the reason why you want to do some chip damage is because the boss does start healing below 50%. So like we really want to dig deep into the into the, you know, the below 50% threshold here. Okay, so the boss has done, did he do that? No, oh yeah, he does. So he has reduced accuracy. Notice that it reduces accuracy and reduces magic accuracy, which is interesting. Okay. Now that lasts for 2 turns, which means it will be gone on turn 5. So if you are using dual wielding units and you don't have the new Nor unit who can do the 200% accuracy buff, then you want to wait till turn 5. All of our units are TDH with 100% innate accuracy from their gear and their weapons and everything like that. We're going to have Sylvie on this turn. She's going to shift. She's going to do Paladin's Offense, which puts up a 100% physical accuracy boost for the party. The accuracy debuff is 200%. So without some form of accuracy buff on the party, even your TDH units are going to have trouble hitting this boss. So you definitely want that accuracy boost for everybody. All right. Let's see. So yep, Sylvie will do that. She's going to do... we'll do Marion's Blessing Light. We'll go ahead and start a lightning ramp, and then we'll do Cheerful Paladin for some, just for some morale fill. All right. Kresnik just once again does Arcane Stimulant. And I think that's what I want to do, right? Yep. All right, Esther is just going to go ahead and set up for another LB. Chizuru can, so yeah, we already have the Katana in peril, so we're good there. Let's just do another Beast Pulverizer to chain with Esther to do a little bit more damage. Kaito can now do Torrential Downpour, which does the 200% Demon and Machine Killer, so that takes care of our Demon and Machine Killers there. And then some more Deep Submersion and all that. Yeah, the boss will do a buff along with the Defense and Spirit field again this turn. So which, you know, the timing works out nicely because Esther will use her LB field to dispel it again next turn, no problem. All right, Beatrix will just do cover and Saintly Protection again. She basically just goes back and forth. So, you know, guards on even turns, puts up her cover and her self-mitigation on odd turns. Very, very easy rotation for Beatrix. Okay. And yeah, Krusnik goes. All right. And so then, yeah, we'll just do a little bit more chaining damage. You see Sylvie miss there, okay, because Sylvie doesn't have any innate accuracy. But all of our TDH units should be just fine hitting this boss. Yeah, no missed chains there, no problem. All right, so these are all the elemental. Those are all the single target elemental physical attacks, which, as you can see, Sylvie evaded all of them. So elemental resistance is just absolutely useless in this fight. That's basically a freebie. Now you see the boss did put up the defense and spirit field again, also did defense and spirit buffs. The buffs are dispellable, okay? So you can dispel his buffs, and then obviously the, what am I trying to say? And then obviously the field we will get rid of with Esther's LB, okay? So we'll go ahead and pop that. All right. Now what I'm going to do with Kaito on this turn is Unpredictable Tide to get rid of the buffs. Okay. And then we'll just do, we'll do another Torrential Downpour just to make sure we've got our killers, another Deep Submersion for morale fill. All right, Krusnik. We'll just do his usual stuff for morale fill, all that. Okay. Beatrix can guard. All right. Yep, boss's buffs are gone. And now Esther and Chizuru can chain their LBs. Now obviously send Esther first to get rid of the boss's field, and then Chizuru right behind her. Sylvie on this turn. Let's see, we can start another lightning ramp, might as well. Oh, and then I think I've got your back on Chizuru, and we're obviously going to save this for after. No, actually, I want to do the Demon Killer on there, don't I? Alright, so let's do Poach Demon on Chizuru. We'll go ahead and start another lightning ramp, and then we'll just do Cheerful Paladin Strike for some more morale fill. You notice we haven't used Sylvie's Brave Shifted LB at all. It's not necessary, but obviously if you had it, you'd want to use it. You know, that might change your actions with Sylvie. All right, so Esther first, followed by Chizuru. You can see we're ignoring the accuracy debuff because we're using double hand units. We don't care. Sylvie's put up 100% accuracy buff, so we are all good to go. This might even kill the boss. Yeah, pretty close. Obviously, if your units are stronger, you know, you could potentially kill the boss right there on turn 4, but I purposefully went for sort of a weaker team. Now you see below 50%, the boss heals 10% every turn. Okay, so keep that in mind. Obviously, with a no mods clear, that's probably not going to be an issue. You should be able to do way more than 10% every turn to finish out the fight. Okay, Chizuru is going to do Devastating Samurai Slash to fill up her LB. We might kill the boss on this turn, just putting that out there. But if you didn't kill the boss on this turn, you would just do another LB. You would do your LBs again on turn 6 to finish the fight. All right, Kaito will just do Torrential Downpour, Deep Submersion, Destabilizing for more morale fill. Krusnik does his usual. All right, Sylvie will just do, she could do I Got Your Back if you want to finish off the fight here. In fact, that's what I think we'll do. We'll go ahead and do I've Got Your Back on Chizuru, and we'll just go ahead and finish out the fight here, because if you got Sylvie, you might as well use it. All right, and then it doesn't really matter what she does here with the rest of her actions. We'll just do a couple of cheerfuls. All right, so yeah, we're just going to let Chizuru finish off the fight here. Beatrix doesn't really matter. She can just stand and watch. All right, and this should finish out the fight for us. No problem. We've got all of our buffs, all of our killers. Yep, all looking good. Boss doesn't have any kind of buffs up. The field is gone. thanks to Esther. And yeah, very good. All right. It does look like some brakes are going to wear off there. No, those are just the 88% brakes, but Kaito's already done the 87% brakes that will take over once that's done. So yeah, don't worry. You're not going to be without brakes if you don't kill him this turn. All right, so let's just go for it. Let's just kill this thing. And there it is. All right. Yeah, so, I mean, for a no mods clear, this one isn't, this boss is not particularly threatening. You know, a magic tank to cover all the magic damage. You either build your team for evasion, or, you know, have make sure you have like a provoke unit that can hit 100% in evasion for all those single target physicals. And yeah, you're good to go. Really nothing to it. So, yep, there's Esther and Chizuru basically taking it home. Like I said, Kaito, damage is inconsequential. All right. And yeah, that's how you get this one done with a no mods clear with a fairly budget team with some budget gear. Hopefully this was helpful to you guys just for clearing this guy out up to level 99. I might try another team or two with no mods, and then I'll start working on a rank 1 clear. So thank you guys for following me, and I will see you on the other side.